Hello YouTube, and welcome back to my channel, Traveling Strange. It is Veda day 2. Actually, it's like Veda day 4, but we're just gonna skip all that. We're gonna catch up, do a little backlogging. It's life, it happened. So anyway, I wanted to tell a little story about living here that just happened to me this Monday that I thought was pretty funny and very kind of quintessentially Spanish, or quintessentially expat living in Spain. So Monday, which was the day after Easter, I worked all day. I was like grinding. For those who don't know, I work, well, none of you know because I haven't said it, I teach English online. So I stay at home and, I just kind of clock in via the internet and I teach. And so I had a pretty good class. I had finished teaching and I realized that I needed some toilet paper. And I also wanted to reward myself with a little bit of cheesecake. So I decided I was going to go to Mercadona, which is the bigger supermarket where I live, right? And so, like, I take forever to do everything. So I'm, like, trying to get out the house. It takes forever, but eventually I go. The sun's going down. That's why I didn't make a video that day. I'm walking out of the house, and I passed by Consum, which is a slightly smaller supermarket very close to where I live. And I wasn't going in there, but I realized that I had passed it without really noticing. And I thought, that's weird. How did that happen, right? And so I walk, and the Mercadona's on the other side of the street. So I walk to the other side, and I see that the supermarket is closed. And then it dawned on me that I didn't realize that I had to walk past the Consum because it was closed. It was closed. So I didn't notice anything. There were no lights. I just kept walking, right? And I'm thinking to myself, crap. Literally, I have no toilet paper. What am I supposed to do now? And secondly, why are they closed? Like, for why? So now for those of you who have never been to Spain, don't know anything about Spain, here, things except in like the very center of Madrid or the very center of the bigger cities, on Sundays everything is closed. So combine that with the fact that Sunday was Easter. I knew nothing was going to be open on Sunday, like that's a given, right? I actually had gone to the supermarket. I'd gone like food shopping the day before, but I realized that I forgot toilet paper on Monday night. And I bought all my food. I'm not going to starve. It's fine, right? But I still need toilet paper. But I go out and everything's closed. So now I'm having an existential crisis and I can't figure out what to do next. And so I start debating with myself. Should I take a walk to El Corte Inglés, which is a big market here in Spain? And the one close to where I live has a supermarket inside it. And it's supposed to be open on Sundays and holidays. Like there's a sign outside that says, we're open on Sundays and holidays from this time to this time. But life here, 2.5 years here, have taught me that that's a lie. Because I've gone there on the holidays during the time that it was supposed to be open, and it wasn't. If people here, if they don't have to work, they're not going to. And that's just kind of the way it is. So I'm standing on the corner and I'm just like infuriated because I can't figure out what to do. It's like, do I take the risk? Like, I don't know what's going to annoy me more. Just kind of resigning myself to the fact that the supermarket is closed and going back home without any toilet paper and just have it a day because it's Europe. So I'm like, maybe I can just make do, right? Or do I take the risk and try and see if this market is open, even though I know 99.999% of me says it's going to be closed. So I decided to go halfway. Let me walk down halfway and see what I find. So I do, and sure enough, I show up and it's closed. Like, I didn't even get halfway there. It's a really, really big store, so I can tell from like a few blocks away that it's closed. Whatever, I kind of stomp back home and I check, but before I decide to go back in my apartment, I check to see if they're at the local market, so before I go upstairs in my apartment, I want to check and see if maybe one of the local markets around my neighborhood, they're usually owned by Pakistani people, or well, Southeast Asian. I don't know the Pakistani. Southeast Asian, or sometimes Latinos, or sometimes the Moroccans. Like on holidays, they'll be open. Life here has taught me that. So I go in, and it is, and I grab my really cheap toilet paper and, you know, a Snickers bar, and I go home. And I'm incredibly frustrated, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. I'm trying to just kind of process my annoyance at this point. But in the meantime, I still need to book my trip to Italy that I'll be taking on Friday. I need to book accommodations. So I just kind of put my anger aside, and I open up my calendar and I check to see the dates. And I realized that it's that today, on this Monday, it says regional holiday in Spain, and it lists the regions, and it's called Easter Monday. And I'm like, what in the world is Easter Monday? You know, like, I used to be very Christian. I went to Catholic school. I have never in my life heard of Easter Monday. Like, everything's already happened. You know, died, was buried, was resurrected. What's left to celebrate? Why do you need an extra day? For what? Just why? And so I'm so irritated, because it's one of those moments where you kind of can't prepare for it. And that's the thing about living here. There are so many just moments of things that just happen that you will have no knowledge of. Because even though I've lived here for almost 3 years, this is my third Easter in Spain. The first year I was away on vacation, so I didn't need, I didn't leave the house. I didn't go to the supermarket. And last year I was in Spain, but I don't think the market was closed. I don't think that they have this holiday there. And that's the thing about this country, is that it's really a country of countries, and every region is so different. So like listed on my phone, it's saying all the regions that have this holiday, and I just don't think the places where I lived before had it. So I didn't know what to expect it. I didn't know that on the Monday after Easter, there would be nothing open, you know? And I'm just really grateful, really glad that I had gone out on Saturday and gotten food. Because otherwise, like, I've definitely been in that situation before, where it's like, I didn't go food shopping because I forgot that it was, or I didn't know that it was insert random holiday here, and everything is closed. And when I say everything, I mean everything. Everything, except maybe like some kind of fancy restaurants that tourists want to go to, or that Spanish people go to when they're celebrating these kind of holidays, you know? So you're just like, I'm sitting at home with like my beans and, you know, lentils, and eating that because that's all I have to eat. But yeah, it's just like a very, very typical experience of as an expat here in Spain, that things just happen. Not even things just happen, like life happens around you without your knowledge. Like nothing, not a single sign anywhere, nothing. There was no indication that on this particular day that this holiday was just extended a little bit more, and that everything would be closed. There was no way for me to know that. And it's just the reality of it, you know, but you're still left with the consequences of like not having toilet paper, right? So anyway, yeah, that was just my story of being annoyed for the 7 millionth time here about something that's completely out of my control. But I think also the lesson for me is I'm learning to worry about control a little bit less. I'm learning to take the attitude that in certain instances you can only do so much. There's only so much you can do. Yeah? Alright, so I'm rambling at this point. But I hope you enjoyed this video. And stay tuned tomorrow to see what else I get up to. Bye-bye.